Hello, I'm here today to share with you an event that happened in my life. This is a story about how one thing made me change the way I live. As I'm telling my story, I hope it helps you be able to see it's possible to live a great life even though it gets challenging sometimes. So relax in that comfy bed as I look back and share my story of my 2 year headache and still no diagnosis to this day. Now, it all started in summer 2017. I was helping my mom in the garage, and a small plastic bin fell on my head. And after that, I started developing a headache, so I took an ibuprofen like any other person would. And after a few hours, I was like, oh, my headache is still here. So I was like, I'm just gonna go to sleep, and then by the time I wake up, it should be gone. But that was not the case. The next 2 weeks after that, I kept waking up with the same headache, go to sleep, wake up, same headache. So my mom decided we need to go see my doctor. And from there, she referred us to a neurologist for me. And we went to visit her, and she gave me a journal to write down the symptoms I was having, when my headache got worse, what was the cause of it, that kind of thing. And then she started giving me these different medications. They were calling them cocktails, I guess, as they were mixing different pills and stuff together for me to try. But I had so many, I can't even count how many pills I had, but none of them ever worked. So we stayed with her for about 6 months, so like half a year. I had an MRI with them. They scanned my brain, nothing was there. They said the scan was clean. So after a while, my mom was telling me this isn't really working that well, so maybe we should try to find another doctor. So I said okay, because we needed a second opinion since they couldn't find anything. So 2018, 2019, I started seeing a new doctor. And the first day I went in there, he told me, I might have a solution for you. And that made me so happy because I had been dealing with this for about 2 years and I was done with it by then. So last year, he told me, I have this IV treatment for you that might work. You're gonna have to stay in the hospital for 3 days. So I stayed in there 3 days. That was 4th of July weekend at this time last year. So I stayed in there for 3 days and I got to see the fireworks from my room and all of that, so that was nice. And on that second day, my headache was gone. But the only thing that scared me about it is that there isn't a diagnosis for it. They still don't know why the headaches were going on. So it could come back at any time. So that really worries me sometimes because I do have medication for it that I'm taking and that works that they gave me. But I feel like after a while, after you start taking medication so much, the same one, and it stops working. So I don't know what the solution is going to be after that starts happening. But that was my story. We talked about how my headache started and the doctors I went to see it, and now I'm all better for now. So thank you, class, for listening, and I can't wait to see everyone else's stories.